Welcome to episode 5 of Flapachinos. I do have a croaky voice, but we'll just ignore that.
Too many dicks.
Too many dicks. So today we have got Hunter, Dick Hunter, our first ever guest. I'm so excited to have you.
I feel honoured.
You should be honoured. Taking our virginity. I love it. So how's your day been so far?
Fabulous. I've been quite excited and anxious to be on the show. Made a coffee.
A lot of pressure.
Forgot to drink it.
And now you got another coffee.
Yes.
And then we'll add some alcohol to it soon.
It might help take the edge off.
So we'll start with when and how did you start getting into the industry?
I kind of feel like I'm at a job interview.
You are at a job interview. Sell yourself to me, honey.
Stressy. So when I was 18, I didn't know that there was such a thing as a skimpy. I thought you could only be a stripper or an escort. And at that time in my life, I didn't really fancy being an escort.
18, fresh off the boat.
Don't think I had really any skills to wow the public. So I was like, I'll try being a stripper. Walked into a strip club and I was like, how does someone get a job here? You know what I mean? And the manager at the time, the lady, she was like, well, just take all your shit off, jump on the pole. I was like,
just get naked for us right now.
Yeah.
Show us what you're working with, honey.
Show us where you piss from.
Yeah, literally. Show us where you piss from.
Yeah. And I was like right now, she's like, do you want a drink? I was like, can I have 2? And she was like, yeah, of course. 2 shots. Went up there. Worked as a stripper for like 3 years.
So the job interview went successful. They liked where you pissed from.
They did.
Yeah, it was obviously impressed. 2 shots in and you shaking what your mama gave you.
Absolutely. And I was a god-awful stripper. God-awful.
I can't even imagine you like in the club.
The physical activity level low.
Yeah, it's hard work. Like it's actually just such hard work.
Yeah, and you have to like approach everybody. And back then I had not a good attitude and was a bit shy and didn't have
being knocked
boobs
back by so many people constantly like takes a hit.
Absolutely.
Like we walk into a skimpy job, they get what they're given. They haven't got 10 girls to choose from.
You've prepaid as well.
Yeah.
Like
You're
stuck with me. Yeah. And then I just spent basically 3 years or 3.5 years, Wednesday to Saturday, completely drunk, sometimes making money, sometimes not.
Having the time of your life.
Yeah. And then some guy was like, have you ever thought about being a skimpy? Like working in the pubs. And I was like, what's a skimpy? He's
honestly,
like,
no one knows.
Yeah.
Like, why would we know?
He was like, you've got the personality for it.
You do. You are like the perfect skimpy.
So I approached an agency, won't mention any names. Rosie, you might have had the similar experience. I was like, I'd like to be a skimpy. Thinking, is it the same as just
walking into the club? Take your clothes off.
Show us where you piss from, you know?
Yeah.
But instead I was sort of met with like an up and down look, you know, like a...
Yeah. We remember the look.
You're a bit big to be a skimpy.
Yeah. I feel like I got a nicer knockback. Have you thought about joining the gym? I feel like that's a bit of a roundabout way of saying you're too big. But I liked it way more than you're just too big.
Yeah. I think since then, you know, the industry, you could agree, has become a bit more...
So much better.
Inclusive?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a bit more variety.
There is. There's a couple of fat Rosies now. Actually, there's just one. But
the OG.
The OG. Fat Dick Hunter. You're not even fat anymore, though. It's unfair.
Yeah, I have been fatter. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. There is a lot of places that I'm not allowed to work, though, because of having too many tattoos.
Yeah, that's quite common, though. Like, unfortunately, in the industry.
Yeah.
You didn't... You have some great stories from working in the strip club. Are you allowed to tell any of those?
I don't know if they would be incriminating. They would be. They might be incriminating.
They might be
I'm trying
incriminating.
to think of a good one.
I feel like, there's a few that I just realised could be very incriminating.
Yeah.
We can come back to it.
We should circle back to that one because
So we'll do your favourite
stories.
story or your favourite job from being a skimpy.
I know, and all of them are incriminating.
It doesn't matter if you talk about clients as long as you're not saying names.
I'm trying to think of my favourite strip club story.
You have so many good ones.
Can you jog my memory?
When I said to people...
I hope these are compliments.
They are. It's actually so cute.
I'm ready to be complimented.
So I asked a few people about you coming on and they go... Literally every time she opens her mouth, she has me in tears. Bro, your podcast is elite. It actually makes my day listening to you guys crap on about shit. Add into it and I think I'd wet myself. Give her her own segment. Her just being her.
Fabulous.
Isn't that so cute?
Can you jog my memory of a strip club story?
Anything to do with Lani, but are they all too incriminating?
Possibly.
Could you just say I had my first friend and this is the story she told me? Would she mind?
I don't think so.
I
feel like she was testing everyone like that.
Yeah. Well, she did it to me as well.
Fair. It is on brand for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is your first friend in the strip club, I am assuming now.
It
and
is.
she's still your best friend.
Yeah. One of the
She's
first
lovely.
interactions that I had. Obviously, you had the audition.
You've got your axe spooned out. Tuna
ran
canoe.
Through. Yeah.
Tuna canoe is out.
I like that. That's a nice one. Minge. And so I had to go home after that. The adrenaline was too much. You know what I mean? They were like, you'll start next week. Text us what days you want to work. It was really quite informal back then. Anyway, first shift, they gave you one free drink a shift, I presume, to
get the juices flowing.
Get you a bit lubricated, you know?
Yeah.
And I walk up to the bar to get my free drink. There's another girl standing there and I introduce myself to her. I'm like, hey, I'm Hunter. Like, it's my first night. Like, I'm new here. And she just looks at me and she goes, I went to prison because I stabbed a man. And I was like, wow, that is so interesting. I'm about to get a tequila shot for my free drink. Would you like to have one with me? And she was kind of taken aback, like, why is this girl still talking to me?
Literally said, she did the same thing to me and I was like, cool. Any other hobbies?
Yeah.
What else do you do in your spare time? She's like, I actually really like horses.
She's still a horse girl.
And then we just got on like fab and I was like, I forgot until you told me the story again that that's what she opened with. And I was like, oh yeah. She's so lovely that you don't actually remember that part.
On the subject of horse girls, you could kind of consider yourself a bit of a horse girl.
I could.
Yeah, you got the similar interests.
Do you have a lot of interest compared to horses? I love that line that she opened with that though.
Yeah.
And then she's your best friend still.
Yeah. If she wanted to shake me with that, it's now been 11 years. So
yeah.
Sorry, brother.
Going to have to come up with way worse. Way worse antidote than that. I didn't actually realise she went to prison for it though.
Yeah.
Kind of fair.
That's
so
like one time.
We've obviously been a skimpy now for how many years?
Oh yeah. So 18 and then 3 years in the strip club. Terrible. Oh, one time I quit for a man for 2 years.
Oh,
wouldn't recommend.
Yeah. That is like the God-given gospel. Never quit the industry for a man.
So I know
it will never work out.
It doesn't. I know this is not a strong suit for us, but we'll have to do some maths.
Oh, no.
I know. So if you go 18 plus 3 years.
21.
Yeah. And then 2 years that I quit for a man.
2 years we quit for a man, so we're at 23.
Yeah. And then now I'm 20. So 6 years being a
6
skimpy.
years. That's such a long time. You're like a vet now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's top dog status.
Have you noticed we've got like a new wave of skimpies, like the young ones, 18, 19, 20.
I know where you're going with this.
And they're like so hot and fun and they've never heard of us.
Yeah. Well,
Humbling.
there was a new cute Rosie. There's a young girl come along. She's hot, skinny, way more fun than me.
It's because you've got the years to beat you down.
Yeah.
She's fresh face.
She is so fresh and so cute. We'll get back there one day.
Maybe.
One day. So now you do a lot. So we go up north together, obviously. So we both skimpy up north, and we've done a lot of driving together up there.
Do you mean I've done a lot of driving?
You've done a lot of driving, actually, and I've done no driving.
Supervising.
A lot of co-piloting. I'm trying to think of who we've worked for up north that we both love. Oh, I realised I've got a name drop today. I'm going to name drop.
Yeah, you allowed to name drop?
Yeah, I'm name dropping. Hayden from Karatha.
I haven't worked for him.
What?
Yeah. I only went to that time I went to Karatha was the first time I've been, and possibly the last. It was
a
lot.
It's hard work.
It's a lot.
It's big days. Like it hits 15 hours, and you're like, I'm still going.
What do you think's the worst part about this job?
Wearing eyelashes for 15, 16 hours.
Yeah,
that gets me.
Yeah,
and I would say being sick. So recently, obviously, I got sick. You can hear it still. And not knowing if you can call in sick. And that I know now I'm not going to be paid for 2 weeks if I get sick. Like I haven't been able to work.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Self-employed, no
no benefits.
sick leave.
No sick leave, no fringe benefits.
Plus the added stress of you might get ripped a new hole for calling in sick.
Well, yeah, I went to, and then I went, this is the first time in 4 years I've ever called in sick since I started. And they were like, oh yeah. And I was like, thank you. I will just see myself out, calm down. But yeah, I was lucky I didn't really get too much trouble.
I would have guessed that the worst part of this job for you would be getting ready.
Nah, Nah,
No,
don't really mind.
you're in love with the journey.
Yeah. It's part of it, isn't it? You just do it. Hour and a half in. Getting ready every time.
I couldn't fake tan as much as you guys.
No, yeah. I've got 7 layers on today. And I'll probably put some more on tonight.